Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like up. Jim Bob Duggar became fame monster as show became popular. Before 19 Kids and Counting on, TLC star Jim Bob Duggar and his family were on 18 Kids and Counting. And he seemed like a rather humble man trying to raise his large family with good Christian values. However, he seemed to change from caring about his family to caring more about TV. According to his daughter, Jill Duggar Dillard, Counting on Jim Bob Duggar became famous. Did he change? Quite early in life, the dad of many kids from Arkansas was in politics, and people liked his conservative values. Family, hard work, Christian values, and reverence for God seemed safe in a fast-changing world. However, the popular TV shows started to present a different dad. His head lifted so he could look down his nose. It didn't go unnoticed by viewers that his smile became tighter and less genuine. Eventually, TLC fans started talking about how he seemed to become arrogant. Jim Bob Duggar initially seemed keen to push his message of salvation. He and his wife, Michelle, were part of an independent Baptist church. It's not clear how many viewers of Counting On became Christians because of the shows, but the audience was fascinated by Michelle's ability to churn out so many babies. Derek Dillard and Jill talk about TV and family. The adult kids married and added more children to the family. But you can't keep a show going if the adult kids leave and make their own lives away from the cameras. So Derek Dillard and his wife Jill Duggar claimed TLC would have shut it down years ago if that had happened. Speaking on the Unplanned podcast this week, they returned to the subject of how her dad expected them to work for the TV show, which had become a business to him by then. Speaking with Matt and Annie, the hosts, Jill Duggar mentioned that Jim Bob Duggar evolved as the shows went along. Reality TV became so important to him that he seemed to forget that the family was also important. She added, "It's hard to pinpoint one time because it did evolve. It was very much an evolution. It's a ministry, but it's also a financial business decision. So you can play to whatever side you want." Talking about Derek Dillard's contribution, In Touch Weekly cited the former Counting On cast member as saying that if the adults left, then the shows would have not lasted as long as they did. And it irks the couple that they were not given the choice to leave. It simply became expected for them to stay with the TV business. Jill added, "But we also didn't have the freedom to make that guilt-free decision either. You might be presented with like a pseudo-decision choice, but then there's still this we kind of expect this to be in our good graces type of thing." What are your thoughts about Jim Bob Duggar changing as he became more famous? Are you shocked that he expected the adult kids to just go along with the show, which became a business rather than a ministry? Sound off in the comments below, and come back here for all your Counting On and Duggar family news. Jim Bob Duggar became fame monster as show became popular. When 19 Kids and Counting first hit the airwaves, it introduced Jim Bob Duggar and his sprawling family to the world, painting a portrait of an all-American, devout Christian household. But as the show skyrocketed in popularity, something shifted in Jim Bob's persona. What began as a fatherly figure who seemed genuinely interested in raising his family according to traditional values slowly transformed into something much more complex. A fame monster. The evolution of Jim Bob's character, from humble father to media mogul, parallels the rise of the Duggar family's fame and their ever-expanding brand. At the heart of the Duggar family's initial appeal was their wholesome image. With their modest dress, large family, and staunch Christian values, the Duggars captured the attention of viewers who admired their unique lifestyle. Jim Bob, as the patriarch, was often the center of this public persona. His leadership in the family was portrayed as an admirable display of discipline, responsibility, and faith. But behind the scenes, as the show became a cultural phenomenon, Jim Bob's desire for greater visibility and recognition grew. As the family's fame escalated, so did Jim Bob's ambitions. The Duggar family was no longer just a reality TV fixture. They were a brand. Public appearances, speaking engagements, book deals, and endorsements became part of the Duggar empire. For Jim Bob, the transition from being a modest father of 19 to becoming a prominent media figure was not just about maintaining the family's moral image. It was about seizing the opportunity to become a household name. The man who once proudly declared he was raising his children to follow God's will now seemed to be using the platform to assert his own influence, not just in his home, but in the world at large. This shift toward a more fame-centric approach was underscored by Jim Bob's increasingly visible role in managing the family's career. His controlling nature, particularly regarding the family's finances and public image, became evident. He was no longer merely the father. He was the orchestrator of a family business. His careful, strategic control over the media narrative reinforced the idea that he wasn't just a father trying to raise his children in a traditional way. He was a man who knew exactly how to play the game of fame. However, with this growing fame came increasing scrutiny. As the Duggar brand expanded, the family's flaws and controversies began to surface. Jim Bob's image, once untarnished and revered, began to crack. His strict, authoritarian style of parenting became a point of contention, and his role in the scandal surrounding his son Josh Duggar brought further public backlash. But instead of retreating from the spotlight, Jim Bob doubled down, continuing to leverage his family's media presence to maintain relevance. Ultimately, Jim Bob Duggar's transformation into a fame monster is a reflection of the dark side of reality television. The very platform that catapulted his family to superstardom also amplified the complexities of fame, its ability to elevate, consume, and corrupt. While Jim Bob initially sought to preserve a certain image, the nature of fame proved to be a double-edged sword. His journey from a humble family man to a media mogul serves as a reminder of how the allure of the spotlight can reshape even the most well-intentioned figures into something altogether different. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our Reality TV 24 channel and stay with us.